Hi friends, welcome back for a new session. Today we will work with month over month changes. We want to show the percentage change from one month to the other in terms of sales. This is a very important topic for any report that we will do in the future. And we can show these changes very easily in Power BI. So I have one calendar which I call dates. If you want to build something like this, you check out one of my videos where I have explained step by step how to build this. And I have also a sheet where I have some cells over months. And let's just start. We need to build three measures. So we'll start with the first one and we'll calculate the total sales, which is very simple. We'll make a sum. So we'll call this total sales and we'll just make a sum of sales in orders table. So we need to look here for sales, which is here. So now we have a new measure. It's still processing, which is here. We'll add it in a folder. So later on we can add all the measures in one folder just to have everything better organized. So we'll call this 3A measures. And we have it here. The second measure that we need to build, we'll use a function calculate and also date add. Date add will make the difference. So you'll see how easily we can arrange data, shift it with one row down. So let's call this date add month. Date add month, and we will use calculate. We will use as an expression the previous measure that we built, which is here total sales. Total sales, and we'll make the filter based with the help of the function date add. Date add, and we need to add now the dates, which we have here in dates date. So we'll add dates date. For number of intervals, we want to shift data with one row, so we'll say -1. And for interval, we can choose whatever we want, but now we will focus on the month. So we'll choose month. And now let's just put everything in a matrix to see the results. So if we add the matrix, and we need to add, of course, the date, and then we need to add our total sales, right? Now we see also the quarter. I'm going to take out quarter, day, year. I will let only the months. So because my filter on the calendar is selected for 2010, we will see only the months from 2010. And now we will add actually the second measure, which is here. As you can see now, the whole data from the first column is shifted down with one row, meaning that we did this because we want to check the difference between February and January. Then we want between March and February. We want to subtract from March. We want to subtract February sales, and to do that, we just needed to have it one beside the other column so that we can do the subtraction very easily. So you see here that I have the actually the January sales from here. Here I have the February sales from here, and now I can make the subtraction very easily between current month and previous one. And the last measure that we need to build now will be actually the change in percentage between mounts. So we'll call this measure change previous mount, change previous mount, and we will actually say total sales minus date add mount. So we'll say open brackets total sales minus date add mount, right? And now we can close brackets, and we want to split by date add mount, which is basically the initial mount, because we subtract February from January, but we want to know how much in percentage was the change based on the previous month. So therefore we need to split here by date add month, which is actually the previous month column. And once we do that, we just need to transform it in percentage. So we'll format it in percentage and maybe 0 decimals. And now if we add our new measure, we can see the percentage change. We can just take out date add month. And let me just try to zoom it. So we see here that we have infinity because we don't have any values from December 2009, right? So therefore we have infinity, and then we have a minus 5% drop from in February from if we compare with the January, then we see an increase here in March with 10% from February. So it is always it will always take the percentage change from previous month. So if we look in June, we have a high increase of 34% from May and so on. So this is the result that we've got. If we want, if because we don't have dates here, we have infinity, we can just right click and choose exclude. So we will start basically from February with data. Now we can also make a graph to visualize it. So, but first of all, let me just add an effect to this, or shadow to this matrix. And now we can just simply choose the cluster column chart, and everything we need to do is just to add the changes previous month. And because we have you remember we have the infinity that values on January, then we can also, we will only need to exclude this. But let me see how I can do this. So let's just go back. Until we get the January back in our matrix. Okay. And now let's just try to do again the graph. And maybe we will need to add dates for sure, yes. We'll add months. Yeah, and now we can see the January, which is infinity, so we'll have to exclude it. So now we will see only from February. Now we can also exclude this one. So the data will match with the graph. And of course, if we want, we can add some data labels, and maybe you can change the colors. For lowest values, let's say for drop we'll use red, and for increase we'll use blue, something like that. So everything which is below the axis is with minus, so this means a series drop in or a drop in our cells, and everything which is above is an increase. So this is all about month-over-month changes. Of course, we can apply formula for days and so on, for weeks. You can play with the date add formula, and instead of month, you can use days or whatever you need for the report. This is all for today. Thank you very much for watching this. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to my channel for other videos. Thank you and have a good day. Bye.